And if they get it, you give it back. You just give it and you play into the tower. But you always try to get the push, because if they let you to get the push, or if they don't hit, the support doesn't hit the minions and the carry doesn't hit the minions, and you get the push, that's easy win for you, because you can poke and Alistar can also get level 2 advantage. So the most important thing in this lane is the push. And the reason why it's the push is because through the push, one, this guy can get level 2 advantage, but even you can poke a lot easier. Imagine you have 6 minions into the wave and they have 3. So easy for you to like walk up with the wave, and if Vayne wants to just stumble into you, you have the minions. Let's say another guy that is not giving so much counters, that he's like refusing to swap with in the draft, or that is refusing to handicap himself in the draft, he will climb. Which one do you think is more consistent? The player that will tell, oh, I need my jungle to have a counter pick, or my mid lane and my top lane and my support, I'm gonna always be first pick, and hopefully Alistar is good, hopefully my mid lane is human, hopefully my SoloQ top lane first time Jax is good, or this guy that he's like, fuck top lane, fuck mid lane, fuck jungle, I'm gonna carry this game and I'm not gonna give much to the team. I'm gonna only swap with top and mid. Jungle, he can blind pick, it's a blind picker role. Support, it's good to counter pick, but I mean bronze, silver, emerald, gold, low diamond, high diamond draft, people won't really, you'll see people picking Janna like randomly against Blitzcrank. It's like theoretically, if you play in Challenger, it can work. The problem is SoloQ. In SoloQ, if I want to play Blitzcrank next game, I play Blitzcrank. I'm not going to be like, oh, but you know, this Ezreal swap with me and they picked Sivir. I'm going to pick another pick. No, I'm just going to pick Blitzcrank. So that is the problem. It's nice thinking. I don't think how it's realistic. So if you swap with the top or mid, that's good, because these roles are unplayable if they get counters. Yeah. But jungle and support, in high elo, people will tell you that you should swap with support, because if he counter picks, he changes the lane, which is true. But I personally don't do it below masters. Why? It's because supports will first time Alistar with exhaust and no face rush. Of course, they'll buy bronze items. Okay, I give him counter pick to not counter pick, so then why I'm not gonna swap with him, and I'm gonna get a counter pick at least. Personally, I would only swap with the top lane and with the mid lane, because that's, and I would not try to like, you can handicap a little bit yourself as an AD carry for mid and top in the draft, but don't overdo it for jungle or for support, because they will very often not play for the draft. It would be nice if they do, but they won't do that. Or you're gonna have someone that, oh, you know, you picked Xayah, I'm gonna play Rakan, but they're first time Rakan. So you would rather let them play whatever they want for like their main, even though it's not good in the draft.
What happens, because I played quite a lot of games and I was quite busy, I didn't review it again. I think about it after the game, but since then I didn't think much. What happened was bot lane, it was quite even. Mid lane, it was winning Kiana, and mostly Hecarim was hovering mid top. We only got Hecarim once bot side for dive or something, but don't remember quite well. After that, there were some bad engages, and I played some fights versus Vayne. Vayne got out of control. We got outfield top lane support main Malphite. So that was there was that. And Vayne, like I said, just not to, like, she's gonna scale me, of course, and she can outdo me like here. I misplayed, I think, as well. I had more damage in a tank to actually maybe kill her if I played right. But yeah, after that, the game was kind of over. Like, Kiana couldn't reach most of the backline, and Vayne was 1v9ing, maybe from my remembering quite well, if I see currently in the game.
Perfect. And what do you think, what makes this game a good game to review?
How I played maybe in laning phase, and how after that, because I know that in laning phase I can with Vayne, if it depends on what of support match if you can punish for Vayne, but usually I'm average or winning versus Vayne, and especially if my support is, let's say, counter pick enemy or have it's some good matchup into, we can win lane quite hard and get late into the mid game versus Vayne. So mid game Vayne with maybe one item or maybe less, she can play the game quite. And in mid game I can just push my lead super hard and try to close the game and lose my lead before Vayne gets out of control. And yeah, this is my plan. But currently the laning phase didn't go quite well. Couldn't get any. I'm not sure if I got any lead on the first few levels. I need to watch it again. I wasn't focused on the gameplay that much since we started talking. But after that, we lost the
I see. Yes,
laning phase, and yeah, like I'm not sure.
I see.
Like I see Alistar didn't play that well, but on the laning phase, his roams were quite good, especially for Kiana. But I think I misplayed as well.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Vizai.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
One thing that maybe gonna ask is that I see in your reviews is how they think is this like average game, or I think this may be average game of myself. It's on 50% currently or something around that. I'm not sure. It's not the best, but it's not the worst I can play. So
Okay. That's very
average.
nice. It's very nice. Okay, so the first question that you have to ask yourself is, you're playing Ezreal. But Ezreal can be played differently. You can play the lane to not lose, or you can play the lane to win.
Yeah.
How do you play this lane? Or how do you decide, first of all?
I'm deciding mostly by the support matchup.
By the
How we
support
can
matchup. Okay. So you're saying, so give me an example. So say you have Yumi and they have Nautilus. You just play safe, no? Like this?
If they have Nautilus.
Yeah. Or how do you decide?
Depends on enemy AD carry as well.
Exactly. That depends on...
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's say right now you play Ezreal with Alistar and you play against a Vayne with, what do they have right there? Camille. So how do you decide?
Maybe this is one of the few games that I played with Alistar this season.
Okay.
I didn't have that many games. This is why at the start of the game I even asked Alistar, how do you want to play the lane? But in my what hate is that Alistar is kind of useless till level 3.
To level 3, okay.
And because of that, level 1 Camille is super strong. Level 3 is maybe even, I'm not sure, with Alistar.
Okay.
But level 6, I think they win super hard as well because of the walkdown and Vayne dwelling power. But maybe our approach is like level 3 to level 5, maybe something around this diapason, and from level 1 to level 3, maybe try to give up the push so I'm not in the middle of the wave to get it by Camille.
Okay. Wait, so the simple question is, do you play this lane to win or do you play this lane to not lose? What do you think?
During the whole laning phase?
Yes, generally speaking, you need to have a plan. So what is the plan here?
To not lose, so to stay even with Vayne.
Okay, so you think that if you're going to stay even with Vayne in the later stages, you will do more than Vayne, right, in teamfights?
In the mid game with 2 items, yes. But if she's even with me, I'm not sure if...
Exactly. So it's going to be a bit tough. Yeah. If you ask a challenger player, he will not exactly tell you that Vayne always outskills Ezreal. Like say you play Vayne and you have a Syndra mid lane, and then you have Fiddlesticks, and then on the support you have Zyra, and then on top lane you have, let's say, something that Vayne is not very happy to see really in the enemy team, which can be maybe like a Gwen or like a Kayle. And then you play Ezreal and you play Ezreal into Aatrox very easy to kite, into Alistar very easy to kite, and into Diana. Like Ezreal in this case outscales, but this is like 5% of the situation. 95% of the situations, Vayne outscales. So you don't like to be even in lane as a rule of thumb. Ezreal against Vayne. There are matchups where you have to. Say you play with Yuumi and he has a Nautilus. Yeah. In that case, they have significantly stronger lane than you. But in this matchup, if you compare Alistar, which is very good in early one, yes, level 1 he's not the best, level 2 he's okay but not the best, and level 3 he's really strong. Camille is very, very good early on, a bit better than Alistar level 1, but not by a huge lot. Level 2, Alistar is not weak, Camille is really strong, but Alistar is also not weak. So they are kind of the same, the champions. You can say Alistar is 8 and then Camille is an 8 as well. And then Ezreal with Vayne, what do you think in early game?
It depends on my positioning and if I can poke her in lane. In all-in, I think she's gonna win. If she run me down with Ghost, I think he has a little tempo.
Yes.
But if I try to poke her and maybe deny some CS and get let's say one sword advantage, something like that. Yes. I'm gonna win.
So you have some sort of advantage in terms of like the very, very early game. She is not weak. She can tumble into you, and if she's gonna stay behind the minions, she's not weak, especially because you have Alistar level 1, so you gotta be very careful how you play level 1. Overall, they're kind of the same in this matchup. Ezreal is pretty like okay in the early game. The problem is that Vayne early game is also not that bad, especially into Ezreal. So she can outplay it. If she plays it right, she can win. But the goal of this laning phase is definitely to win the lane. You don't want to play safe, because if you play safe and you're even, you lose late game. So what we want to see here is that we want to see an Ezreal that walks up, that wants to poke. An Ezreal that walks up and wants to poke needs to do something specific with the wave to be able to have higher chance to poke. What is that specific that you have to do?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
So you need to manage your wave in a way that facilitates, that allows you, that helps you with the poke on the Vayne.
This should be to keep it in the middle of the lane, but because I'm quite because of the presence of Camille, I'm not contesting that much, or I'm paying a lot of attention to where Camille is, and if she's gonna E me, and who is gonna E, and because of that, sometimes, which is not sure if it's good or bad, but I'll maybe try to poke level 1 and give a push just to be, I don't know, safe, but how do you say it? Try to reach level 2 on the same level, but maybe try to push a little so we are safer with Alistar. But this is, now that I think it's not that good, but because I'm not able to poke them. But it's if you're playing like in the matchup I know well, and I like Alistar, I know the strength of Alistar versus Camille, and maybe keep it in the middle and try to poke Vayne.
Okay. So keep it in the middle. I see. How do you keep a wave in the middle?
By evenly auto-attacking the wave with Vayne.
Okay, so how does that help you to poke them?
How to say it?
Because you keep the wave in the middle, the wave is right here, you keep it here, so how do you poke? Because the wave is right here. So how do you walk up and poke the Vayne?
How to say it? One thing of strategy I have used is maybe to just focus on like side minions and just to force to have some like line which you can poke Vayne or something like that, and maybe walk to the side and something like that. But and this is like in this matchup, my thinking is currently because of Alistar early 3 levels. If I had some more aggressive support, maybe some range poke champion or some all-in, maybe I'm gonna try to push a little more. But also
what does Alistar wants to do?
He wants to go in with W if it's his Vayne is onto the 1Q after, or just WQ.
Okay,
And after,
so how do you
yeah,
help him do that?
how to help him? One thing is to not push super far into the tower, because you're not going to be able to go in on enemies.
Okay, so you don't want to push too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also because of the level 1 to 3, I'm like, maybe it's better to, like I said, give up a push, and I'm not exposed to Camille, and at level 3 try to regain the push, and then we contest the wave.
So you're giving up 3 levels basically, right?
Maybe not 3, but for the level 1 and level 2, maybe especially level 1, I think.
Okay, so what's the alternative? How is the Ezreal pushing power compared to a Vayne?
Way better.
Way better. So then if your super wants to get level 2 and you have better push than Vayne, why would you give up? Because you can come in the lane, you can Q the minions, and you can just start getting the push faster than this guy can do. And if she jumps in a level 1 with Camille, I mean, you have the minions. So minions at level 1, they do a lot of damage. So you should play for the push. That's the most important thing on Ezreal when you play this champion. You should play for the push. And there are lanes where it's like hard to get the push. Let's say you play against Caitlyn Senna, but even then you should try to get the push. And if they get it, you give it back. You just give it and you play into the tower. But you always try to get the push, because if they let you to get the push, or if they don't hit, the support doesn't hit the minions and the carry doesn't hit the minions, and you get the push, that's easy win for you, because you can poke and Alistar can also get level 2 advantage. So the most important thing in this lane is the push. And the reason why it's the push is because through the push, one, this guy can get level 2 advantage, but even you can poke a lot easier. Imagine you have 6 minions into the wave and they have 3. So easy for you to like walk up with the wave, and if Vayne wants to just stumble into you, you have the minions. So that's what you're trying to do right here. So what we want to expect here is you walk up in the lane and you push. Since you play against a Vayne, a champion that is not able to get the push very fast, you can hit the minions just two, maybe 3 times, and just hit your Q on the minions to get your passive. If it was like a champion like Kai'Sa that can regain the push faster, then you would get more auto attacks than just 2 auto attacks and 1 Q. You would get 3 auto attacks and 2 Qs. But since it's Vayne and she doesn't have wave clear, or she doesn't have a way to push you back, you should just look to push. So when you go in the lane,
one other thing that I'm currently seeing, and maybe this influenced my decision making, but I'm not quite sure, is the runes they have, especially when she has PTA. And I think maybe this influenced my decision, but don't remember quite well. Because Camille, if I take bad Camille with trade with Camille at level 1, and because I think Alistar starts Q, if I'm not mistaken, he is not able to peel it from me if she's away from me, let's say, and Camille engaging power is quite big level 1. So in one bad trade with Camille, I can just lose all the presence in the first few levels, which are, I think, crucial for the laning phase, especially as Ezreal, as you said, that I need the push to actually gain advantage. So maybe this idea also stops me from pushing or just having
the fact that Camille can jump on you. So if you stay right here and Camille jumps on you, what is Alistar gonna do?
He gonna Q.
Okay, so she's gonna get CC'd into the wave. So who's gonna win that? Because you have the wave, so no matter how much damage they have, no matter the champions, the wave level 1 makes a lot of difference. Yes, maybe against a Kalista or someone like unbelievably strong level 1 all in, you can lose into the wave. But if they go in right now, as long as you position yourself close to the Alistar, yes, if you stay here, you're dead. I mean, if you stay here, you're dead. But if you stay around your support so he can help you, you should be always fine.
Maybe now that you say that, maybe I'm not staying on this side of the map with Alistar. And maybe I'm going to the other side.
I think so. PTA here is fine. They have no tanks, and I hope you're gonna get. So this is 1-4. 1-4-5. So I hope you're gonna get to play with Alistar against Camille. So you should go for flat HP, I hope. Okay, perfect.
So
That's good. You got it. Okay, so you go in the lane. Let's see what you're gonna do right now. So level 1 you win. So the reason why you win is because you have a lot of range.
I think now that I remember some interesting fact. Camille gonna show on the middle level 1, and because of that I wasn't sure how to play the lane.
I see.
If I should push and or just should zone.
Yeah, like right now, what should you be doing right here? What is the plan?
if I'm not out of power, I think I should Q the wave and stack passive to push.
Yeah, like here the Vayne is really far away. She's clicking away, so she's not really pushing. So if you just start with the Q on the wave, that's fine. Then you just move right here and you try to go for the second Q on the Vayne.
Yeah.
If she doesn't push the wave or she doesn't try to hit the wave, then you shouldn't push it too hard. You keep it here, but you need to get prio. Getting prio means you need to have some auto-text advantage on the wave, some more auto-text than she has. So here, what shouldn't you be doing here? What is the thing that you shouldn't be doing?
I think currently I'm going to randomly clicking and just auto-attacking.
Yeah, so are you in danger right now?
I think so, because I'm not seeing Camille.
So if Camille jumps on you right now, what's going to happen?
She's going to be in my wave. So like I said, Alistar is a bit far, but she's further. She's going to first direct than Vayne.
Okay.
So he can peel it from me.
So in this case, let's say Camille is right here and she jumps on you right now. The Vayne range is this range. So it's impossible for her. Okay, she's gonna flash here. Okay, anyways, this is crazy that she's gonna. So you're not in any danger right now. Maybe the camel could be here, but you're not in danger here because she can't jump on you if you stay here. She can only jump you close to the wall. So this is danger. And if you stay close to here, she can E here. So around this point is danger. But since you have Alistar here, this is super safe. This is really stay here. Super safe. What is she gonna do? She's gonna walk up here. She's gonna E, but she can't go through you because she has to go through Alistar. Yeah. And then if she goes through this wall only gives her this angle, like this range. So you're not in any danger right now. You should be looking to play aggressive because Camel can't do anything to you. Look at what you're doing right here. You're clicking left. This is good. You should go right here. Hit the minions as you're going here. Hit the minion, go here. Hit the minion, go here. Hit the minion, go here. You can also throw the Q on the wave because it gives you 10% attack speed so you can get the push. And then if she stays here, you can throw Q on her, the second Q. Like right now, look at your clicking. Like you're clicking on the minions, that's fine. You're moving in, that's good. This is fine. You're clicking back, that's not so good. And here you should just keep pushing and hitting the minions. You did not get prio. Look at this. You did not get prio. Like now.
Currently, what's problem my thinking is because I'm still not seeing Camille. I'm still not sure how to play the wave, and because on the other side on the wave out of the Alistar, I'm getting even more suspicious of Camille and not playing that good.
So you have only one way of playing the lane. You need to get the prio and then you need to zone. That's all what you need to do. No matter if it's 1v2, 2v2, this is what you need to do. 1, don't get Camille, don't get killed. Yeah. And 2 is get the prio and then just zone. That's all what you need to think about. Nothing else. If Camille is anywhere, she could be here. So you have to make sure you're not super close to this brush. I mean, if you're here anyway, she can't really jump because you have Alistar here. Yeah. So it's pretty unrealistic. So no matter if you don't see Camille or if you see Camille, you can expect her here. Coming from the river is very, very, very low chance. So there is really no threat here. So as long as you get the push, you get some minions advantage. Like you just hit the minions a little bit and then you try to poke. That would be good. This, what you're doing right here, didn't get the push. So now, if the camel comes in the lane and they start pushing, you lose prio. And right here, you're walking up, try to Q. That's fine. Okay, so camel wasn't here. So at the moment, what should you be doing right here, 1v2?
First one, if I maybe go a second, my movement from the other side to the left was just to get a clear side of Vayne and to try to poke her, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be a good play.
This one?
Even before that, on the maybe like 20 seconds. Yeah, here I'm going to the other side of the wave. I'm trying to poke Vayne, but I'm not sure if this is the right play. If I should stay on the side with Alistar.
Why wouldn't be the right play?
Stay on the other side with Alistar and be more safe and get.
What is the threat here?
Before that, when I didn't see Camille, it's Camille because I don't know where she is.
Okay, but look at she's just mid lane right now.
Yeah. Before that, like on the first few seconds of the laning phase, especially when the first wave hits, I just go to the other side of the wave to try to poke Vayne.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.